Hi, it's Neil Waterhouse. Over the last 12 months, we've seen a lot of people and businesses move from the traditional importing model to the dropship model due to the latest advancements in technology. One thing that's held a lot of people back from building online business in the past has been the initial startup costs. Most traditional full-time online businesses like importing require the owners to invest large amounts of cash to pre-purchase upfront inventory. Now with the dropship model, there's no pre-purchasing upfront inventory. So you can offer literally thousands of products to your customers without needing to pre-purchase any of them. All you need to start up a full-time dropship business from scratch is a computer, access to the internet, and less than $100. That's it. Not only is it the home business owners building dropship businesses, but many traditional bricks and mortar businesses like Kmart, Toys R Us, Panasonic, Dell, General Electric, Staples, The Iconic, and literally thousands of others are also adding dropshipping to increase the amount of products they can offer to their customers. And again, they can do this without needing to pre-purchase any inventory up front or warehouse the products, which of course is great for their cash flow. They also don't need to have staff in place to ship the products. As you know, with the dropship model, suppliers do all the shipping and the returns for them. One of the great things about dropshipping is all the shipping and returns are done by the suppliers, which means a dropshipping business can be run from anywhere in the world. It's also much easier to scale up a dropship business than a traditional importing business, as you don't need to pre-purchase anything up front. You don't need a warehouse, you don't even need any local staff. Now, just so we're on the same page, the term dropshipping means passing all orders direct to your suppliers. So your supplier ships your orders direct to your customers. And the great thing with this strategy is you can have one or more virtual assistants working for you in, say, the Philippines, and they process all your orders for you, and then suppliers do all the hard work of boxing up the orders and shipping them to your customers. Now this of course frees up your time to do more constructive things like building your business. Now as a KPI, key performance indicator, you should always be spending 10% of your profits on outsourced virtual assistants, as your virtual assistants become the engine that powers your business. And just as importantly, your virtual assistants grow your business for you. It's all about leveraging your time, but that's for another video. Another word, by the way, for dropshipping in the industry is virtual inventory. And it's called virtual inventory as you don't keep the stock on hand, but instead use your supplier's inventory. Now, one of the reasons there's been a big movement to dropshipping in the past 12 months is, in the past, one of the biggest dangers with dropshipping was overselling inventory. And this, of course, was caused by suppliers running out of stock. Thankfully, though, technology's rapidly moved forward. We can now purchase from just suppliers who have websites which show when items run out of stock. You can then use virtual assistants or software to continually check your suppliers' websites to make sure the items are still in stock. And if they run out, the VA or the software can automatically make your listings on, say, eBay go to zero. Now, this has been a complete game changer for dropshipping. Now, just on suppliers, most people when they start dropshipping, they want to purchase from wholesalers and distributors, but the reality is most wholesalers and distributors don't want to ship one item to one of your customers. A true wholesaler or distributor wants to ship 50, 100 or 1,000 pieces at a time, not one piece to one of your customers. So for this reason, over 90% of online dropship sellers just use online retailers. You can use any online retailer which meets the following four criteria. But, of course, it's up to you what criteria is suitable for your business. And as the host and founder of the 4 largest eBay and Amazon meetup groups in Australia with thousands of members, I get to see inside many dropshipping businesses, and the majority of the most successful ones also use the same criteria. The first criteria for suppliers is they must be located in the country you're building their business. For instance, if you're building a dropship business in, say, Australia, your suppliers must be located in Australia. If the business you're building is in, say, the US, your suppliers must be also located in the USA. Yes, I know there's a lot of information out there saying to purchase from places like China, AliExpress, etc. But personally, I find that way too high a risk. But of course, the decision's up to you and every business owner. This is just our criteria, and everybody has their own risk profile, their own choice basically. The reason I find dropshipping from places like China way too risky for me is if the items arrive late, customers get annoyed and they can leave negative feedback and defects. Bottom line is, if the customer purchases an item from you, they expect to get it in a reasonable time. If it's coming from international, from say China, and there's a delay in customs on either end, or a holiday in China, volcanic ash, or any other reason, customers get annoyed, and they can of course leave defects and negative feedback. The second criteria for suppliers, they must have a dynamic website which shows whether or not items are in stock. The third criteria is the supplier must do what we call electronic invoicing. That is, they email you the invoice and don't put the invoice in the box. Because obviously if you sold an item for say $500 and the customer receives the item and it's got an invoice in the box for say $300, the customer gets upset because they'll see you made a $200 profit and they're obviously going to get upset. And fourth and last criteria is the supplier must dispatch the item within 2 business days. That's all for this week. If you'd like to know more about how to build a full-time dropshipping business, click the link below and download the free guide, The 16 Secrets to Dropshipping Success. If you found this video helpful, please click on the like button below and leave me a comment. Until next week, list more, sell more. This is Neil Waterhouse.